So this is a pretty common occurrence with the Dyson. Anytime where it can kind of get into trouble, it likes to get jammed up. Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. So should you buy the brand new Dyson Spot+Scrub AI, and is it Just a Dad approved? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain that it is Just a Dad approved, but just barely. So right off the bat, it is Just a Dad approved. You can find my scoring system, which I'm going to talk about here on my website, justadadapproved.com. Now, I did purchase this robot vacuum cleaner with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video and I wasn't sponsored, but I do use links. So if you end up purchasing this product or any other robot that I highly recommend, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. If you use those links, those are Amazon affiliate links. If you click on it, I do earn a small commission from that link. But this is my honest opinion with it. I did live with this robot vacuum cleaner for 2 months, mainly at my house, and it's got a lot of good stuff going for it. There are a couple things that kind of lowered the score. This ended up getting a 7.2 out of a 10. That's a barely Just a Dad approved. But for a Generation 1 from Dyson, this actually is pretty good. Now in this video, I'm going to go over my scorecard. I'm going to show you the robot working at my home, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it. It's mainly going to come down to how thick it is. And not necessarily how thick it is, but there's this design. We saw it on the Roomba 705. This really tall front edge, the LiDAR being buried down underneath in this little crevice area. This is kind of a major flaw with the design. Now, it had so much going good for it that the points that I had to deduct for it being tall, getting wedged under a lot of furniture, as far as its cleaning and not having a side brush that goes into a corner, again, that's what really lowered the scores. No side brush, no hair tangle management. You did get some hair wrap on the brush roller, but the main thing is how tall it is. Now, with that being said, if you have a home that is open, not a lot of low furniture, or if you're not wanting it to clean under a lot of low furniture, then this actually is not too bad of a robot. Some of its shining spots are the bagless dustbin. That's the best one I have tested. That's a very rare feature in a robot vacuum cleaner. Most robots have bags. Very few have bagless. This is Dyson's proven technology with that cyclonic action to keep the stuff off of the filter. The base station is a little bit big. It's a little bit noisier than some of the more advanced robots, but this thing, when I first purchased it, it was $1,200. That's right in the flagship. That's right in the premium models of robots. Now, it doesn't have all the premium features that some of the other robots have. But today, I just checked. It's on sale for $850 now. Now we're talking. That's about the right price point for this. It's not super $1,000 flagship product with all these advanced features. It really does lack some of the advanced features, but boy, bottom line, it does do a good job of cleaning. It's just got a little bit of a hassle factor. That's what really lowered some of the points. Kind of, I had to go find it quite a few times, putting some no-go zones, but those more than how well it cleaned, more than made up for that hassle factor. This is the Dyson 2-month real-world scorecard. It's going to overall score about a 7.2 out of 10, which is about a 70%. Not too bad for a Gen 1 from Dyson. What I didn't like about it, it does wedge itself under low furniture. The map is not super accurate. It lacks fine tuning. I'm going to show you some examples of it at my home, what I loved about it, where it kind of struggled. And as always, you can find this information on my website, justadadapproved.com. So the Dyson does a good job of vacuuming. Now here in the middle, it did go with nice straight lines. Just see. So it actually does a good job of wow. It does a really good job of vacuuming. Okay, so the Dyson has been cleaning the home. I just want to show you. It's been doing the dustbin is full. So let's make sure, let's make sure it can auto empty. It actually is a pretty good vacuum. This is what I'm most anxious about, is this is a big auto empty event. Wow. He did a good job of auto-emptying it too. So as you can see, this is the Dyson bagless. It's got the cyclonic action that helps keep the dirt and the hair off of the filter screen so that you continuously get airflow. And then the dirt material drop to the bottom. This feature does work very well. This is one of the best bagless base stations I've tested. Wow. And look, it's relatively clean. But there's all the dirt and material that it picked up. The Dyson does a good job of mopping. Here's some mud on the floor, and it's doing a good job of mopping up the mud. Now, it doesn't have the best corner cleaning, but it's got a really good mop. The side brushes do get up next to the wall when it's nice and straight. So it is able to get under these kitchen cabinets because it's only 4 3/8 of an inch tall. And now the robot's back to mopping up those muddy paw prints. And like I said, it does a really good job of mopping. So here I am emptying the dirty water tank after cleaning up my kitchen. This is the obstacle avoidance test with the Dyson. It's doing an actually pretty good job. As you can see, it's avoiding that cable. It's avoiding the sock now. It did touch the cable there just a little bit. I wish it would stay just a little bit farther away from it. The kid's toy did a good job. There's the fake hoop. It's doing a good job of staying away from it. Again, touched the cable. Overall, really good. Now, as you can see, it has quite a few scrapes on it. And that's because this robot is on the tall side at just over 4 1/4 inches tall, or almost 11 centimeters. There's not a lot of scrapes here. It's just this is where the problem lies of being tall. And down here we can see there is the spinning LiDAR. And it has an excellent obstacle avoidance sensor. So this is a pretty common occurrence with the Dyson. Anytime where it can kind of get into trouble, it likes to get jammed up. So it is able to get under these, but just barely. And it's actually been stuck a couple times. It really likes to ram that dishwasher because it's sticking down just a little bit. Now, another area where it struggles is the mapping. As we can see, that's the actual wall, but it shows the wall over there. We don't really get a nice contrast of where the carpet is. And when you edit rooms, you can only edit rooms on 90-degree angles. No-go zones, that's about the smallest you can make them. You can pinch and zoom, but I felt like mapping could be a little easier. Also, when we fine-tune the settings, they're just kind of limited. Same with dock settings, kind of limited. The manual dock controls are kind of hidden deep in the settings. The overview page, you're left with this robot picture that's kind of taking up quite a bit of room, even when you're on a phone. And the map is pretty small when it's showing that it's cleaning it. I wish it was took up quite a bit more of the screen when it was actually cleaning. When we're editing the map, I want to be able to fine tune where the carpet is, and you're just not able to do that. I don't like that there's not a one single button you press to clean your entire house. And you can't select several different rooms and do like, oh, I want all 4 of those rooms cleaned with vacuum and mopping. You got to select how you want each room cleaned, and then you have to save it. You can, for scheduling, it is relatively simple, but I just don't like this feature. Here we have Miss Fiona. She sheds a lot. And we got to see which robots she brings in. Cedar chips a lot. But boy, she actually sheds a lot of fur, don't you? We got to see which robots do the best with dog hair. So buy this robot if you love Dyson products and you want their ecosystem, if you have wide open spaces, if you hate buying vacuum cleaner bags and want a true bagless, and if you have a lot of clutter. Skip this robot if you need it to go under furniture lower than 4.25 inches. If your kitchen has standard toe kicks, it may struggle. And if you care about corner cleaning, and if you have pets with long hair. Now, I have purchased over 200 robot vacuum cleaners with my own money, and I am not sponsored. Now, This is not going to be a super high recommend for me because of the caveats. You're going to have a certain home that's going to really fit this robot. And that's what I'm sort of learning with my scoring system is the Dreamy Aqua 10. While originally it wasn't really doing a great job at my home, and it wasn't doing the best job here in a smaller studio, I did take it to our church. Our church has a big garage with a youth center that's all concrete, pretty open, not a lot of furniture. There's even a threshold out there, and it's actually doing a very good job out there. That's not your typical home setup. Again, there's just not a lot of furniture and stuff, and it's mainly hardwood floors. And same with the Mova Z60. Originally, I had that as not necessarily, it's going to be Just a Dad approved, but if you have a home with pets, if your floors are sort of dirty a lot, it did kind of struggle. But I took the Mova Z60 to my church. It's in the basement. The basement's got a very open concept, all hardwood floors. It doesn't get dirty. It's not like got a bunch of mud on it or anything. It's actually performing very well down there. Now, I did just finish up the maintenance video on this, and the maintenance was very easy on it. This might be the easiest maintenance to do on a robot vacuum cleaner with a mop roller. That's been one of the hardest things when we upgrade to these mop rollers. Sometimes the maintenance is a little bit harder, a little bit trickier. You might have to have more of a mechanical background, but this one actually wasn't too bad. But there was one thing, parts. Now, Dyson, in my opinion, finding the OEM from Dyson parts has always been a problem. There are some third-party manufacturers. I did try 2 of them. It took a couple weeks for them to come in. I did get them in. They look identical to OEM. Thankfully, we're not having to worry about dust bags, just brush rollers, side brushes, mop roller. I'm still testing that. I've got the new stuff installed here, so I'll test these generic ones. You can always find, after I'm done testing them, on my website, justadadapproved.com, if these generic ones pass the test, that's where they'll end up on my website. So that is a little bit of a concern. I've always found it hard to find, right from Dyson parts. They don't have a good ecosystem as far as their accessories and different things. So, and I typically don't buy stuff off the Dyson website. It's been a little bit of a struggle getting stuff on there sometimes. I try to buy stuff on Amazon. So that might just be a little bit of a worry. So I'm getting ready to bring the Roborock Saros 20 back here to the studio, and I'm going to give it my 2-month real world test. It had some problems, but there was one setting that I did fix, and it kind of eliminated all of that. So while this one, this was a fun robot to do. Again, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. That's where you'll see my top robot picks. This is probably not going to be in the top 20. It's going to be for a home with the features that I lined out here. So again, check out justadadapproved.com for my top robot picks, how to do all the maintenance. That's just going to be the best go-to place to find all the future robots that I love and that I hope that you are finding to be very good for you. Thanks everybody for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe button. Also check out where you can find all my approved products on my website, justadadapproved.com. You'll see a little link to it here at the end of the video. If you click on that, that's going to take you right to my website.